JR, what was the competition like between JJ and TO once they were both healthy and coming into camp? Did you see a competition between them two?
We came to battle every day. We all did. You know, we felt like you had to earn it. Mm-hmm. That was the most important thing. So, you know, practice was like pretty much a game situation. The tempo, the execution, the attention to detail. And now you just had to transfer that onto the football field that Sunday, that Monday, you know, doing those football games. But it was competition, man, and we all wanted to outdo each other. That made us better in a sense, because, you know, if T.O. made an exceptional catch or something like that, then he went for 6 or something like that. I wanted to do the same thing. Then JJ wanted to do the same thing. So, you know, it was a very competitive receiving corps.
Let me get in here real quick, okay. Hatch. So when we're one-on-ones, this is what I know. When Jerry would kill the DB in one-on-one, he kicked those legs up and that hand come out and he didn't say anything, but it was like, I got you, right? That's how I knew when Jerry got somebody one-on-one and they would get mad on the other side, start chirping. Mm-hmm. I didn't really talk a lot. Jerry would just show up. T.O. would come out and mouth, oh, you think that? I'm about to come do this watch what I do to him. That's, you know, T.O. gonna tell you what he's gonna do to you. T.O. come out and do it. And then Jerry get back up and do the same thing. I can't even explain it. Jerry had that one hand that come out like this when he finished the route with the ball down the field. I was like, Jerry didn't even say nothing, but he's saying a lot by just doing that. Used to tick the DBs off in one-on-one.
You know, T.O. did most of the talking, though. You're right about that, JJ. You couldn't set him up.
that was the thing. Like once I got a feel for what I could do, obviously that was a lot that I had to learn coming in just as a rookie. So just to back up a little bit, when, you know, JJ was talking about, you know, obviously when he got hurt and obviously when I came in, I didn't really know how to play the position. I mean, I was playing it, but I hadn't perfected anything. There was a lot of things to my game that I needed to learn, especially like for me, it was bump and run, because I struggled with that early on, but I had to stay after practice every day. Y'all know Larry Kirksey, every day he had me doing something different after every practice in order to kind of catch up with you guys. Because like I said, JJ, you played at UCLA. You know, Jerry, I mean, he has the nickname World. He's all world. So there was really not anything, you know, for him to be taught, but he was still bettering himself every day. So I had to witness this on an everyday basis, especially coming in as a rookie. So there were little things to my game that I had to be brought up to speed. And once I started to learn those things and excel, then that's when I started to become more and more confident. That's when I became a lot more confident in my game. And so, the one-on-ones, the practice, that's when I talk the most. If you think about it, like, a lot of people see the sideline, you know, the highlights, the sound bites. I never really actually talked during the game. I only did that stuff on the sidelines. But during practice, when it was really, the atmosphere was really competitive, everybody was kind of jawing at each other. When JJ talked about one-on-ones, the DBs were going, every day they would come out and they would challenge us. So as JJ said, there were certain things about JR when I knew, like, it was on, like the competition. We didn't really have to say much, but we knew the competition straight out of going into one-on-ones. We knew our mindset had to kind of set the tempo and set the tone for the rest of practice. Like JJ said, there were certain routes that JR ran, and once he caught the ball, it was just that swagger that as soon as he got it or he ran the ball, okay, this is it. This is about to be that day. My favorite. Every route, there's 2 routes that I'll mention that I know JJ ran that I kind of felt like, okay, this dude, he can really run this route. Like, it's really nice. That for me, for JJ, that was the comeback. This dude could accelerate, drop his hip, and get out of that route like no other. Yeah. For Jerry, it was the Colorado. Everybody else, he runs the hell out of a slant. But when you talk about the Colorado route, like people that are watching, a Colorado route is a slant, and you sell him on that slant, drop that weight, and you turn out and go, man,
what are you talking about? Hey, I ran all those routes good. What are you talking about?
No. I said,
Tell him.
that's what I'm saying. I said for me, you ran every route. I said for me, that was one of the routes. Like I was like, man, this dude right here is the real deal Holyfield.
Yeah. Hey, just like doing the dance. It's running that Colorado route or whatever. But hey, T.O., we came from a very small school, and you talking about, JJ, UCLA. JJ probably took a pay cut to come to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? JJ was in Beverly Hills. Hey, man, when you come from a major school like that, the benefits, all of that, I had to wash my uniform, do everything.
Yeah,
but, and JJ, man, I had to hit you with that, brother. I'm sorry.
And we've spoken on that every single episode as well, because again, I went to Langston University, a small black college. You was Mississippi Valley, right? T.O. was Chattanooga. And yeah, for JJ be at UCLA, our perception coming from small schools is like this kid or this player has it all. But when you get to the league, you realize, you know what? They are my competition. Like you said, I'm going to go compete with them. They have a little bit ahead of me. They got a head start, but I'm still going to come get them.
I talk to a lot of the kids now, and the thing that I tell them is everybody's like, I need to go here, I need to do that. No. If you got skills and you are exceptional, they're gonna find you. So I just tell them to keep working on what you do more so. And you guys are all examples of that. And so, like I said, if you got the game and the skill behind it, they're gonna come get you. So I mean, no matter where we started at, I mean, and we all in the same position, bro.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I say the same thing. Like when you talk about what JJ is really trying to get across to these kids, as far as their work habits, when I speak to a lot of people now, and it can apply not only to sports, Hatch, I've spoken about my 3 Ds. That's desire, dedication, and discipline. And that I think when you think about where we all have gotten, that's sort of like the blueprint for all of our levels of success. We've all had a desire to be the best that we could be, but then in order to get that level to that high level, and when I stepped on the scene, JJ, they were my levels of barometers of success. So in order to get to where they were at that time, I had to dedicate myself, and then there was a level of discipline. And I learned a lot of those things, the other 2 Ds, from JJ and Jerry. When you think about dedication and you think about discipline.
Jerry Rice, bless the Get Your Popcorn Ready podcast.
Yeah, appreciate you guys, man.